Speaking of circles, did you notice anything as you were growing up that retrospectively may have prompted you to wanting to run a bar?
Notice anything when I was growing up?
Like, did you have like a Club 11 Lego set or
No, I can't. I can't say I had anything of that nature.
Thomas and the beer train?
Toss in a beer tree. You just come up with that one. That's pretty good.
Working
dude.
on it.
No, I can't say so. I mean, it was just. I think I always kind of loved the idea of like.
If you don't mind speaking a little bit.
Oh,
closer.
sorry. Yeah, my bad. Here, I
Always
can
feel
scoot
like
up. No,
that.
yeah, I can always scoot up. No, I don't think there was anything. Here, do you want to?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Sure.
Roll on.
Okay, dude. Yeah, I don't think there's any particular like. Oh, there's one thing like that's what I want to own a bar. But I do love the idea of business, man. Like I love how people think and like the smartest people in the world and how they think and why they think.
Right.
I mean, that's always been enamoring to me. Like whenever we used to watch like documentaries or anything like that.
For sure.
When you're in high school, because like the best are like the slack off documentaries and like, oh, you got a sub, put something on.
Oh, yeah.
And it would just be like, it could be anyone.
It'd always be like the first half of the same movie.
Correct. Oh, yeah, all the time. Dude, I've watched the first half of The Field of Dreams probably 300 times in my life. I've watched the first 45 minutes of that movie 300 times.
Oh, yeah. The kids are watching Goosebumps right now.
Yeah, like over and over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, every sub. But if there's ever a documentary that had anything to do with like the real life, something that you could apply to real life, man, I love that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Even if it was just a break from learning, like, oh my God, here we go, learning about, the periodic table again. Like, thank God I'm doing that for the third time. Like, oh my God, something that could apply.
Yeah.
Or at least for me. I know obviously periodic table, but like something real for me. Oh my goodness, I thought that was so authentic. I loved it.
If there were a Beau from BoHayden's documentary,
God, that'd be a train wreck. That would be terrible, man.
What would be like the, I guess, just way of thinking for a bar manager?
The Hangover?
The Hangover. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
The day after.
So that's actually something I've kind of it's been weighing on me lately. So we obviously have like a huge to-do list about BoHayden right now. We're kind of like, okay, in the midst of identity change. This is what we want. This is how we want to think.
Yeah.
And so right now, sorry, my glass keeps falling. Right now, when we change kind of our identity of who we want to be, we're looking at kind of hiring our manager. And Hayden and I want to step back, be like, okay, kind of had our fun. This is what we want. It's going to be better coming out of someone else's mouth as opposed to him and I.
What do you think inspires y'all to step back?
I think it's kind of more of we've proved we wanted to prove.
Right.
Like, okay, the bar, BoHayden's exists because we're authentic. Like, people go for Hayden and I. Like, we're talking, we have some crazy product. We're not anything different.
Yeah.
I
was telling Ethan earlier that, and this is, well, I was just saying what makes you guys special is that you are, in meeting you on Saturday night and having a true conversation, you are very down to earth.
I appreciate that.
And
That's
I haven't,
kind of you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I really appreciate you for coming on. And I haven't met other bar owners, but I feel like there might be, it's tough to reach somebody who owns any business.
Sure. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I do think being accessible is important, but, you will. I know you will. I mean, especially the connections you have now and the ones you've built. Like, you absolutely will. Yeah. And you're going to be like, man, these people are way cooler than Beau. I promise you. You're going to be like, oh, dude, there's some awesome people here.
Right.
And it takes a special kind of person to be able to, like, weather hits like that. So, you obviously, business owners typically end up being
yeah,
pretty regimented. Or,
personable.
Correct.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah, right. Easy to get to. So, so that's, you obviously will. But yeah, there's a lot of cool people. I promise you, I'm not going to be the coolest bar owner. I can solve that.
We'll see about that.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.
Welcome, guys, to the Gulf Coast Music Podcast. Today's new wave, Beau from BoHayden's.
Dude, thanks for having me, man.
So, senior year of Spring Hill, I presume, is when you guys first started making strides on this? Or
this was the first like drunk conversation. Like, we should do this, Like, that's the first one.
Yeah.
You're sitting over the balcony of 306. We're like, dude.
Yeah, what are we gonna call it?
Yeah, we should do it. Yeah, we're sitting there for the first time. That's the first time.
Wait. What's your name? What's my name?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I will say this in my absolute defense. I promise you, I'm not going to defend myself at all. We actually didn't come up with the name. Our landlord made us name it that. And our
Which
friends,
landlord?
the guy who owns BoHayden's,
Okay.
but his name's Bob Isaacs, and owns a bunch of buildings here.
Okay.
And so we were like starting the business. He was like, "Listen to me. Your name stinks." I don't even remember what we were going to name it at the time. He's like, "You're going to name it BoHayden's. BoHayden. Pretty simple. Good Alabama name." And we're like, "Dude, I don't know. I don't want to be that guy who names something after myself. Like,
Right.
that's a little,
Well, let's do Hayden Bows.
Yeah, well, that's what Hayden, of course, it's exactly what Hayden said. And then we took it to all of our friends who were like, "That's so stupid. Like, that stinks." We're all like, "That's the name. That's it." We're like, "That's perfect." If it angers them that much, that is perfect.
Right.
And so we're like, okay, we took it and run with it. I mean, people seem to like it. I will say it is definitely an Alabama name.
People only hate on things that are ahead of them.
Correct. Yeah, right.
So, yeah,
I'm sure.
It must be good.
Yeah, I'm going to tell myself that now. I'm so
Right.
used to that.
People at the top of the mountain only get the hate.
Hey, man, dude, you got some one-liners. You know?
No, that's what the dumb kids used to say in high school.
Really?
We used to be, we're only in detention for one reason. Yeah.
Man, you got some one-liners pretty good.
So yeah, I really want to break down the conception of BoHayden. So I hope I use that word right, and the thought process behind it. So, what was that like? How'd y'all imagine it?
Right. Remember, we started with those golf simulators, which obviously
Right.
turned around in 3 months. Like, all right, this is another odd thing, kind of off topic, but I promise y'all toss. So there's a guy I follow on Twitter as a huge Pelicans rider. His name is Michael McNamara.
He's suffering.
Huh?
He's suffering right now.
No, yeah, well, dude, we're so bad.
Poor
They are
guy.
awful. I don't. Yeah, believe me.
You should donate to
this
that
is
guy.
a long time ago. Because believe me, I wouldn't waste a second watching those clowns.
Give him a free beer.
Dude, the poor. I mean, I feel terrible. For every time I turn the Pelicans on, I feel bad for people sitting in the stadium.
Yeah.
They're terrible. Regardless, Michael was like an absolute. He owned a couple restaurants and was super smart. The way he can understand how people thought. I mean, it's something I've never seen something like in my life. He's like, this is why. You know, and obviously apply to sports. He's like, this is why this athlete acts this way, this GM acts this way, whatever. Yeah,
Man, if you don't mind breaking that down a little bit more. You said that's what enthused you a lot in high school.
Correct.
Watching how people
think.
Right.
And you can, so.
Did you ever think about getting a degree in psychology? Or
No, because I mean, I really wasn't, at the time, I really had zero desire. And I didn't even realize that's what psychology was, to be honest. Like, I'm not that smart.
just a long
So,
keyboard.
yeah. And so I didn't even think. I'm like, I loved it, but I didn't even know that's what it was. So
Yeah,
at no point, all I thought was like, wow.
Right.
I don't know, psychology.
I'm not dealing with crazy.
Yeah, I
people.
mean,
I'm not
that's
crazy.
literally what I thought. I'm like, dude, I watched Captain America. I saw I've seen this crazy
Captain
people.
America.
Yeah, I've seen whatever. What's his part? It's Bucky.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I've seen what they did to him. I don't
Yeah.
want anything to do with
I
psychology.
watched the first half of these movies every day. I had a sub. You know?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've seen first half of Captain America 13 times this year.
Like that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess so. I saw that. I'm like, I'm not doing psychology. I saw what they did to him.
So what'd your friend say then?
Okay, so yeah, okay. Michael was very big. He's the first person, and I know it's gonna sound so weird, but he pointed out, he's like, athletes are not robots. Like, they don't think the way you and I think. Like, it's easy for me to look at someone from the outside and be like, he should want to play here because he fits here. What athlete doesn't, they don't. An athlete might not think like that. They might not be like, oh, I should go to Miami because I'd have the ball here or whatever. I'd fit here. You know, if I'm a lob threat, it works here. Well, that's not how they think. They're like, I want to go to Miami because I love the city. Or I want to be in Dallas because I have a girlfriend here.
Bad.
And I like that was the first time in my life that someone actually like dumbed it down enough for me to be like, holy smokes, they're right. Like,
But I mean, you don't think that was like a common way for athletes to think? You know?
it is, but like I didn't realize how in depth they're like. You know, so for example, and this ties into there was a guy on the Pelicans at the time, Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram,
Right.
his entire life was the best basketball player in every single team he's ever been on, by far.
Right.
I mean, like when he was in high school, he was probably scoring 70 points a game. But when he gets to the NBA, we kept being like, man, he's clearly the second best player in the Pelicans. Like,
Right. And he looks high every time.
I'm like, oh my god, dude, the guy's eyes have never been open once. That's another psychology trait, by the way. Dead eyes are bad giveaway of a bad person. Apparently, something like
Dead eyes?
Dead eyes.
Oh shit.
Apparently,
I need to start doing cocaine.
get fired up. Apparently, it's what I've read it in a book. Something about psychology. If someone has dead eyes,
Yeah.
it's an instant giveaway to I can't remember what some kind of trait. And we used to make fun of my buddy Wiley Sharp all the time for that.
Right.
Yeah, well, you know Wiley.
Shout out Wiley.
What the hell? What's up, man? He's like, yeah, okay.
Like an asshole?
Yeah.
No, shout out Wiley.
So yeah, we used to make fun of Wiley. But that was the first time I'd thought about like how people think. And so it goes back into BoHayden's when we had the simulators. This guy was huge on sunk cost. Humans do not realize sunk cost.
Right. For the non-business students out there, what are sunk costs?
So essentially a sunk cost is like, hey, if I went and bought a car and the car just sucks and I keep having to get it repaired, the sunk cost would be like, well, if I fix it this one more time, it'll be worth it. Because I don't want to get rid of it if I've invested all this money. You essentially don't want to dump your investment.
Got it.
Don't want to dump your investment at a loss.
Got it. Yeah.
People don't realize sunk costs. And then you end up putting more and more time and effort and resources into fixing said thing as opposed to just getting rid of it and being done.
Got it.
So the golf simulators for us were a clear sunk cost. Like they were a pain in the butt. They did well financially. People liked it because it was different. But it was a pain to manage. We were there all the time. They never worked. And for something that costs that amount of money,
Right.
I mean, they were each $55,000. So that's $110,000 we spent on these things.
That's a crazy investment.
That should be solving me problems, not giving me
I
problems.
can't even fathom spending that kind of money.
Oh, I mean, crazy.
To be that young and spend that kind of money, what were y'all on?
Dude, I can't lie to
Dude,
it.
y'all
Seeing
just-
those numbers for the first time in my life, I was nervous. When I signed contracts, oh, yeah, because I've never seen that amount of money.
Right.
I mean, I still haven't. But, like,
You
know.
signed it in Hayden's name just in case.
Oh, Hayden always signed first.
Right,
Yeah.
right. All right, we're good. Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, it used to be, it's like I never knew what that quantity of money looked like or felt like.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, coming out of college, I'm not spending more than $10.
Dude,
almost,
right?
you know?
Oh, man, I literally think about the year prior, I used to go donate plasma just to be able to go out on the weekends.
Oh yeah, the plasma.
Yeah, the plasma was $70 a pop. You're like, yeah, dude, that used to be me $30 at our dailies, a
Right.
case of beer, Chick-fil-A, and that was pretty much our weekend. Be like, that's perfect.
Right.
That
So yeah, with the golf simulators,
Right.
With the
that's a long-winded way to get there. I know. I'm sorry.
no, it's just a great start. The golf I remember the golf simulators.
Yes.
The midget wrestling, like I mean, that's not the same type of investment, but in deciding how you're going to, would you say rebrand BoHayden's?
Yeah, so
Through
it's just like
different
I
events?
think that's kind of what I've learned the most the past 6 months is you need to have an identity.
Right.
And so when we got rid of the golf simulators, we always went from being a golf simulator bar to like, okay, we kind of transitioned to like, okay, we're do live music every Saturdays, be a little more engaging. Obviously,
Right.
We're still young. Hayden and I are still 23 and 24. And so that's kind of how your business, I think you build your business on who you are.
Yeah.
Right. And so Hayden and I are 23, 24 years old. Chances are we're going to be hanging out with a lot of 23, 24-year-old
Right.
people. Right. So
Yeah.
we kind of transitioned to that.
I imagine you found that helped, right?
I think so. I mean, it's obviously way easier to get along with people who have similar interests as you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the bar scene is something where like a young person would prosper, right? In terms of you would have to have discipline,
Sure.
but
Absolutely.
of any business to start,
Right. I think it's a lot easier to be 25 than 75.
right? Like a bar scene,
Correct.
a coffee shop,
Absolutely.
like the Dropout Bakery.
Yep.
Yeah,
They're awesome
a
people.
young girl.
Great people. So sweet.
Did it feel normal then in Mobile because like Matt Lamond was young?
He was awesome. I love that dude. I
Right.
bounced so many things off of him when
Really?
we first started.
Yeah.
And I'm even closer to the new owner of O'Daly's now, I guess Jonesy and Casey.
Are they young people?
Casey bartended there when we were in college, and he has just turned, I believe, 32. So relatively, but he's been there forever. I mean, I feel like he's been in it.
Yeah.
It was a pretty seamless transition. For
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
And I think that's kind of why he bought it off Matt. I think it's one of the easiest sells is he's
Yeah.
like, if I have Casey coming with me, then nothing's going to change.
Right. Man, I feel like I'm just spraying questions out here.
Oh, dude, sorry.
Because like we start to get on a road with answers, but when I first went to BoHayden's, I remember driving down what is that? Blanking right now. But I was driving down and I'm going downtown, and then I'm like, wait, you're supposed to break off to go to this bar. Like this, it's not in the center of downtown.
Correct.
I mean, when you bought that operation on that,
We were early. That was like one of like, okay, we want to get into St. Louis, and obviously not being you and I are both not from here. We're both from Louisiana.
right?
And so this was kind of me having blind faith in humans because I've seen downtown change. And the now I've been here 8 or 9 years.
Right.
I've seen it change, and it's awesome for the best, absolutely. But it's always kind of been Dolphin Street and then everything else.
Right.
And it's just minor spots.
You guys are kind of on an island.
Correct. And that's obviously for business. It's like to make the concerted effort, which is what I've kind of thought about most, is like people have to mentally decide they're going to BoHayden's. There's no foot traffic. You have to consciously decide, hey, I'm going downtown and I'm going to BoHayden's. Not I'm going downtown. Because if
Right.
you're going downtown, you're going to be on. You're going to wait. You can be like, oh, well, let's stop in here for a drink or let's do this.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it all the time. Whenever we're walking past outside, I'm like, I can stop in. You know, like right.
Exactly. I mean, you look in, but
Absolutely.
So were you guys a little bit caught off when y'all first started, or did you feel a little bit worried that being
No,
outside?
because I think because we were prepared for it. Like we both knew. Hayden and I
that
both
was
knew.
the intention.
Going in, we're like, this is early. We want to be the hub of St. Louis. I mean, they're obviously
The hub
you
of
see-
St. Louis.
You know, they've
Got
seen they've already started construction. The street's gonna look beautiful. I mean, that street will be filled with businesses.
Yeah,
and
tell me about the
it's already
future of
changing.
St. Louis, man.
Dude, it's coming.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited. I think the event space across the street from us that Sarah just opened,
Right.
Crown, I think it's the first big one.
Yeah.
Like I think that's kind of the first domino now. Like because obviously Cheese Cottage has been there forever. You know, we got there, and then Wingman's been there for a little while. They just built that brand new office, which they turned around in like 6 months. It was like
Right.
a white office on St. Louis Street. It took them like 6 months, crazy, and it took us to like 6 months to get a permit to redo a door. But that's
Right.
right here and there. But I'm still happy they
Still
have
some
it.
college students at heart.
Yeah, sit right there. Yeah, right. Paint doors again. There we go. Thank God. Thank God for Walker Carlisle at SGA.
Shout out Beast. The spot next to y'all, we kind of mentioned it on Saturday. There must be some potential for you guys to work out, you know, especially with that little courtyard.
So
area.
that's yeah.
Talk on that, please.
So that's on the to-do list right now. So we're in the middle of redoing our back bar, and then while we're doing that, we're redoing our whole courtyard. You know, we're gonna blow out the concrete, put gravel down, we're gonna fence it all, TVs all over the wall. I don't know if you ever. I mean, I know you're from New Orleans. You ever been in the chop yard by any
Yeah.
chance?
Oh yeah.
We want to kind of make it look like the chop yard in there, like lights, fireplace.
Got it.
I want to really, really do it. And I think Icebox is a really cool one too. You know, I love their swings.
There is a shift to a New Orleans style
Absolutely.
in Mobile.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Monroe's is a huge one.
And I was going to say that.
Monroe's, absolutely.
Monroe's just opened up, and do you find that like this is the wave? Of
Oh, absolutely.
bars
So
and-
I remember when we first opened. Yeah, sorry. No, I remember when we first opened. That was one of our big things. Was like, man, we want to be in Midtown because I love the South New Orleans where you can walk here, get me your houses are
patio, you know, the
Absolutely,
patio
people love that. It
experience.
will never go out of style.
Right.
And especially the success that Callahan's has had.
Callahan's is one of them.
I'm surprised no one's done it before Monroe's.
Right.
So whenever we first opened, the first place we looked at was actually the place that's now Redbeard Outfitters, but they didn't want to do anything noisy, which was fair. I wasn't offended.
Where are they located?
That is next to Nixon's and Big Bad Breakfast. It's like
Okay.
it's off
Okay.
Kenneth Street.
Yeah.
It's the first place we looked at. We're like, oh my god, this would be awesome. But they didn't want anything too noisy. I'm like, totally fair, understood.
And by what type of business? Like buying a spot there, or
I want to say that one was
collabing somehow?
I want to say that one we were gonna buy. I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember. We looked at a couple places. The place that's now going to be the Music Box. That's another place we looked at.
Yeah. That's exciting. Yeah.
Dude, I'm sure you're excited. That's going to be
Oh, yeah.
really cool, man.
Yeah, really exciting.
That was one of the first we looked at. And,
Yeah.
we wanted to put a rooftop up there too. And then my dad actually was the one who talked us out of it. He's like, do you really want a rooftop where you're looking at McDonald's? And I'm like, I mean, I would. But he's like, I don't think
Let's
people
see
are
what's
going
on
to
the
like
special.
that.
Let's see what's on the kids menu.
That's what I'm
today.
saying, man. Like, they can walk down. They're like, oh, yeah, dude. I got McDonald's app on my phone. Yeah,
Right.
buy one.
They got
get one.
hash browns.
Yeah, so I'm like, I mean, I
The
would.
ice cream machine works. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be like, oh, hell would break loose if someone yelled that.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the last time I've been there.
Right. People would be tuned into the BoHayden's vlog. Yo.
Oh, yeah, that would be a scary thought.
But yeah. So again, maybe I'm overthinking it, but being in college and thinking that you're going to start a bar without ChatGPT to mark off all the checklists.
Oh, I use it now.
Yeah.
Oh, I use it now. But oh, yeah.
But like without having that, like I would immediately ask Chat, like, what are the things that I need? You know?
I got to be honest. I know it's not ChatGPT, but that was like the first thing I kind of did on the internet. And I know
Right.
it sounds stupid.
Just
but like
read
I literally just
blogs.
Googled like if I'm starting a business, how do I start?
Yeah.
And I would just go through like, hey, articles, and I was like, okay, maybe I.
Did you find investors?
So no, yes,
Yeah.
yes. So this was like right off the back of Hayden and I both working. I was in Chicago and he was here.
And sorry, it's.
Oh no, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, this is kind of right off the back of him and I both. Like I came back from Chicago, he was here. But money really, in the grand scheme, we didn't spend a whole lot. It's not. There is a lot of cost in business, but there's not as much as upfront costs as people think, if that makes sense. Like
Right.
our build out was obviously way too expensive. And what I know now,
Yeah.
I know, but there really isn't too much. But there's a lot of other costs that come after. You know, like that took me by shock. Like I remember when I was looking at our bank account, our P&L the first month we were open, I remember being like, holy smokes, I'm the richest guy alive. And then then it's coming like, oh wait, you have to pay this and taxes, license, and then perm, and you're just like, never mind. I have $3. Never mind. Like,
right.
it's crazy how many costs there are associated with business. And I had no idea. And you'll never learn it until you do it, to be honest with you. It's something Dr. J and I talk about here all the time.
Right.
Like there's so many things you would love to teach in school.
Yeah.
Love. And it's just like it's kind of you have to learn it on your own.
Music feeds the soul, but food feeds the future. Right here on the Gulf Coast, thousands of families don't know where their next meal is coming from. Feeding the Gulf Coast is changing that tune, one meal at a time. Imagine this. For every $1, you can provide up to 5 meals. That's like turning a quiet solo into a full-blown jam session of hope for someone in need. Let's turn the volume up on kindness and down on hunger. Visit feedingthegulfcoast.org to donate today, because together we can make sure no one goes hungry on or off the stage. Feeding the Gulf Coast, because every community deserves an encore. Whoa, 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 don't let the dogs out. The City of Mobile Animal Shelter has many loving pets ready for a nice home. Whether you're looking for a dog like Snoop or a cat like Doja, the City of Mobile Animal Shelter is where you can find your next friendly companion. They're located at 855 Owen Street, and you can stop by anytime between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We all need a little bow wow in our lives. Call 251-208-2800 because the City of Mobile Animal Shelter has you covered. That's 251-208-2800. Roof.
For anybody that wanted to start a bar, do you think Mobile is is there still market share for a bar in Mobile, or you think it's too saturated now?
I would say it's too saturated.
I think so too. Yeah.
I think there's, and I do think what Mobile's trying to become, I think it can serve. Yeah. So if someone wanted to, they absolutely could, no doubt. But I do think there's a part of Mobile Mobile's just so wide. Like getting from West Mobile to downtown, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Like there's a huge avenue and there's a huge share of people in Mobile that are not going past the interstate unless they're going to the beach.
Yeah.
So I do think, and that's something that Hayden and I actually close on Tuesday and Wednesday because like, what's the point of competing with 13 other bars to have a trivia night, to have the same, 16 people?
Yeah.
That's, I feel like then I'm just throwing stuff at people and I'm trying to make them catch it, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And you got to be efficient,
Absolutely.
Um,
And I feel like marketing, we were like spending so much time marketing to have people on a Tuesday be like, oh, we want to do a bingo night.
right.
We spend so much time marketing and trying to push it. Be like, I feel like our voice would lose its power almost. It's like, someone speaks so often, you get tired of hearing it.
Yeah.
I feel like we were just throwing stuff at people.
Oh yeah. I can't remember the last thing my mom told me.
Yes. Moms are the best, dude.
Respectfully.
Yeah,
She's gonna
there
watch
you
go. How many people are on your team?
Man, it's so ever changing. I feel like I could tell you a number, and we just hired someone today. But that's part of our to-do list. Like I said, we want to hire a manager and we want to hire a social media marketer. We're going to go back to doing that.
Got it.
Because
It works with Spring Hill, the connections, right? Because y'all have like a kind of influx of students that
Correct.
are eager, right?
yeah, and I would say so. And so we obviously, do you remember Maddie Bauk?
Yeah.
She used to do ours, and she was awesome. Like one of my, seriously, she's like my little sister. She's awesome. I love
Yeah.
her.
I think she did some social media at Spring Hill as well.
I believe so.
Yeah.
She was awesome. So like, yes, it is nice, but it's hard. the hardest thing I struggle with is I'm pretty stubborn. It's like it's hard going back to what the first question you asked me about. It's hard for me to put what I think into someone else's brain, and it's hard for me
Got it. Yeah.
to like almost let go of the wheel and be like, "Hey, this is what I want done." But they can't. They're not in my brain. They can't see it how I want, no matter how bad I try to explain it.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's always going to be like a disconnect.
Do you find? I lost my train of thought.
No, dude, it's fine.
I was
dude,
trying
I've
to get
spent so
inside
many
your
things
brain.
at you, dude. I see. Look, there you go.
No,
But there's so many things like even like I want to ask you specifically.
Right.
So, like,
do you find that you are a creative person?
no, but I
So, like, where does the feeling that what you're thinking is right come from?
I don't think I'm creative, but I think I'm pretty good at stealing creative ideas. So, like, not even specific. Like, so I think the dumbest marketing right now is people who do trends. Like, and they have some success with them, but it's not original.
Right.
I think the people who are the most original are like obviously the most successful. Like, I still think the greatest marketer I've ever seen in my life is David Dobrik.
Okay. Got
I'm
it.
not at that. He sold an experience like no one else ever could.
Right.
And all he did was post a video on YouTube that was
Wow.
4 minutes long.
Yeah.
Like what, twice a week?
Right.
And everyone wanted to be him, know him. Like, I
Be in
mean,
that frame,
think
yeah,
about, oh yeah, and he just he understood what people wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
But like, where does that like? He wasn't on a trend then because he was.
no, he wasn't posting a TikTok of him doing
Right.
the same video
Right.
that every other
Right.
business does. You know, like he was completely authentic.
Right. So, what is the difference between going on a trend and stealing creative ideas?
So I mean, like you could do, like to me, I always thought the quickest way is like, okay, so, and this is something we used to talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Like, don't do a TikTok sound trend. Have Hayden and someone reenact a scene from The Sopranos or something like that, and be like, but tie it into the BoHayden somehow. You know, like
Yeah.
you could easily get the language and be like, you know, I couldn't do an impersonation, but it was an Italian voice screaming
yeah.
about Christopher Columbus. Have him scream about a Bud Light deal or something. Like, I don't know. You
Yeah.
could always, like, to me, that would be like, okay, that's funny. Or people, you know,
Right.
people, whatever. There could be thousands of things.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, just think of this, you know, as opposed to,
Leave the gun, take the Bud Light. Yeah.
yeah. So I feel like you could tie it in. Just have him, if you had Hayden spin around it, because Hayden's obviously got that crazy Mobile haircut, you know, the floppy black hair, and he's always playing with it. I'm like, you put a wig on him, have him beat Dr. Melfi from The Sopranos, turn around, like be a counselor.
Yeah, you got a creative.
Oh, I mean, I know, I do not. I wish I was creative. I
Right,
really
right.
do. And obviously, I'm very lucky. I also have.
You got that Vine inspo.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess that makes me old though, doesn't it?
Shit, man, classic.
Dude, when they got rid of Vine, when I was like, were you even born? I feel like Vine was dead when I was like, what, 10 maybe?
Yeah, that's
Maybe no.
That's what blew up the Paul brothers. Yeah.
They're just great, man. Let's talk about some good self-marketers too.
Right.
That's crazy. I mean, they were just kids posting on Vine. And
Marketing
now,
geniuses. Yeah.
serious. Now they're,
Yeah.
I mean, shoot. Jake Paul made like, what, $100 million last year or something
Right.
like that?
So, what? How do you understand the seasons of events? And by that I mean the midget wrestling, the rearranging BoHaydens. Like, when do you know when it's time to start something, end something? You know, the types of events that you're hosting.
You know, that's a good question. I don't know if there's really like a set time where I'm like, okay, if I see this, then I know.
Right.
It's just like when I see something that's not working,
Right.
I just want it done. So like when I'm
Midgets are half off.
man, okay, no, man, I can tell you a story.
I gotta cut that.
I love that's fine, okay, dude. I'll tell you. I'll give you something you can cut.
right.
Those guys are the biggest pain in the butt I've ever dealt with in my life.
Shocker.
Dude. I mean, you would think. I mean, they're half people, you know, like.
Right.
Dude, it was such a pain. Every time they're in town, it is pain. Like, I love them. Obviously, you can keep this guy. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because they're coming back in February, so it's up to you. But, man, they are a pain.
Right. Hey, I heard what you said on Gulf Coast.
Yes, well, hey, dude, I don't care. I mean, sir, I'll get in the ring with them. It don't matter to me. Oh, my God. The thought of them coming back now, I'm just thinking about them. Like, good. God bless it.
Right.
But going back to chain, there's never anything specific, but I remember when we had the bar that was just in a straight line, I was like, this is stupid. It takes someone 28 steps to get from the door to the bar. That's dumb. That's way too long for people to be looking around. I'm like, the first, and Will, actually, the guy who owns our pool tables is the best person at this. I've never seen somebody think like this. He's like, if you want to make money, you have to make people see money. And I'm like, I'm like, you have to elaborate on that.
You know people in the Illuminati, it sounds like.
Oh, dude, his business sense, the way he thinks is awesome. That's another guy. I just love the way he thinks, man.
Yeah.
He's been doing it forever.
Shit.
And he's like, you're losing money because you want people, and he's right. He's like, if you want people to spend money at your bar, they have to be close to your bar. They're not going to spend money from 40 feet away. And I'm like, God, that's genius. And he like pointed out, he's like, think about it. Whenever you're at like, for example, O'Daly's. When O'Daly's is crowded and you're on that first bar, you're within 3 feet of the bar no matter where you go. And he's like, you're constantly talking. Or if it's packed, you always have your arm up, which means you're drinking more. And it's like, then it turns getting you spend more money and you're right there.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm like, God, that's the stuff I don't think about. And it's awesome how people can see that.
Right.
Like it's designed to make you spend money. He's like, you need to have people closer here. You want them forced here because if they're all the way in that back corner, they're in La La Land. But if they're next to the bar, they're seeing beer, they're seeing alcohol, they're thinking alcohol. And I'm like, God, that's crazy. And he's right.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yeah. You know, you're going to get a haircut if you walk past a barbershop and see a mirror or something, you know?
Oh, and I'm like, God, look at my shaggy head.
Right.
There's so many things that you just like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of another, obviously because I'm in the bar, so that's how I think, but there's probably thousands of things that if you gave me like all night, I'll be laying in bed and be like, yeah, that's another one. That's why it's designed this way, you know?
Yeah.
At Roosters, we are committed to using quality, locally sourced ingredients as often as possible. That's why we partnered with Bayou Core Farms to take their heirloom corn, locally grown in Bon Secours, and use it to create the corn flour for our new always fresh corn tortillas. Our other partner, Tortilleria E&H in Daphne, receives the Bayou Core corn flour and uses it to make the tortillas. The heirloom corn tortillas then get delivered to Roosters, where they are used to make our signature tacos. The end result is freshness and flavor you can't get anywhere else. Roosters, for the love of food.
I mean, shoot, that's probably why drive-thrus are so popular now.
What's that?
I said probably why drive-thrus are so popular.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. No. Yeah.
it's just if you're driving down the road, the thought of I don't have to get out of my car.
Yeah.
You're like, shoot, I can just swing by real quick. I'm sure there's some kind of mentalism behind that too.
Absolutely. Given, you know, people once they reach the front of the line, so making it easier to reach the front of the line.
There you go.
Yeah.
You have to be more accessible.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. The thought of fighting to spend your money, essentially, I guess, is eliminating that. Like,
Right.
why am I budging? Why am I trying to get through 20 rows of people to spend money? Like, that's stupid.
Right. Yeah. Once you get to the front, there's, you know, if there's, you know, the horizontal bar, like, or at O'Daly's where they've got multiple bars, you know, it's easy to get to the front. And once you're there, are you really going to back up and, you know?
See, that's the thing. And then, like,
Yeah.
O'Daly's, especially that
becomes a
first
pride
bar.
thing, yeah.
I don't know if Matt did it intentionally. I've never asked him.
Right.
But I would love to know his answer. Like, if it's designed that way, because you're never far away from the bar.
Right. Why do you think he doesn't do music events?
I don't know. I mean, when I was in college, they used to do a couple things.
Yeah.
I want to say, and this is another thing that we kind of talked about with a couple other people. Like,
Yeah.
it takes a lot for a band to pay you off, essentially, to make your money that you wouldn't have made elsewhere. You know, like, so if a band comes in and asks for $1,000,
It's a lot, though.
it is a lot of money.
I mean, usually it's like 3 to 5.
There's some bands that are, you know, a couple, and there's some that ask for $1,000, and you're like, well, shoot, then I have to do cover. Well, there's always going to be people who don't want to pay cover.
Yeah, you can't do cover.
And so this goes back to the foot traffic thing with BoHayden's. So it works at a place like, I think, Brickyard.
Brickyard does cover.
Brickyard does cover every night, and you know you're going to pay it when you go in.
Right.
You know how many times I've walked into Brickyard, paid cover, and walked right out? Like, probably 100 times. I probably gave him $5 and be like, bah.
Yeah. I just did this for superstition.
It's just like, no, good. Glad I donated. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and I think, but Brickyard always has people. Like, there's 3 or 4 bars that close before Brickyard.
Hanging with the rich people.
Dude, is this another thing that I'm like, I don't see and I don't think? And so you go to Brickyard, there's 3 or 4 bars that close right beside it. Like, yeah, you have foot traffic. You know, like, people right there, like, oh, I could have another one. And it's like, well, I'm already here. I might as well, you know. So when you don't have that foot traffic and people are consciously thinking about going to you, the band has to bring in a lot of people that you would not otherwise have to pay that off.
Yeah.
And so it's just
It's
tough.
It's a gamble, right? So that's a great bridge. What is some advice for local bands trying to book gigs, like to our music listeners and musicians?
Well, this is actually something I kind of wanted your opinion on. So this actually is a perfect
Let's do
perfect
it.
segue. So,
Well, let's chop some trees.
that's so when we talk about like booking these bands and whatever, and like there's a lot of really, really talented people. And
Yeah.
it's just like, it's just hard as a business owner to let go and be like, okay, like it might not pay off this time, maybe it will this time. And it's like, but it's hard to be like, shoot, we lost money doing this. Like I shouldn't have paid them XXXY. And then some bands like to only be like, okay, we'll just work for the door. Well, then what sucks about that is like someone can go in there and be like, man, you don't know what they could end up wanting to sit there all night and drink 20 beers. You don't know. But if they're like, well, shoot, I don't want to pay $5, they can easily just walk away.
Say that one more time. What work for the door?
So some bands were like, okay, we'll just take the door cover. Don't worry about paying us. And like,
Right.
okay, that kind of takes away some of your liability,
Yeah.
which it does. But once again, if someone comes to the door and they're like, man, I don't want to pay $5.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to come in here and drink beer and play pool.
Then you lose the beer money.
Correct.
Right.
And so it's this awkward,
Right.
and people love my live music. That's what I'm about. I love live music. And so this is what I wanted your opinion on.
It's quite a conundrum. Yeah, I've heard a bunch of different theories on this. So please.
So I wanted your opinion. So this the last thing on our to-do list is I want to put a second stage in. And so like I love pianos. And I'm always kind of been curious why the piano bar didn't work here. Or maybe it did work. Maybe they just want to get rid of it. I don't know.
Should have worked for us.
I love the piano bar, man.
I have some great memories.
I loved it. And
It used to be piano bar and the saddle up.
yeah, right.
Was
You just
that-
right in and out.
Yeah.
You can hit them both in 5 seconds.
It was a crazy.
See the same people.
Crazy play every Thursday. Piano bar and the saddle up.
Right. And so I'm kind of curious.
Is the sky blue?
So why do you think it didn't work?
Why the piano bar didn't?
Yeah, why it wasn't successful? Well, maybe it was successful.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why it fell off. I haven't heard anything about.
Well, it's closed.
Right, but like in terms of like what the reasons were, it could have been management just sold it to the wrong people, or I'm not sure honestly.
I've always been curious because to me the coolest bars I've ever been to.
Yeah, I love the piano bar, but
Piano.
yeah, I did see less attendance over time.
But even so, going back to it, so the live music. So I've talked about
Yeah.
like I wanted your opinion. I'm like, okay, do you think it's worth us putting a piano in full time, doing it like one night a week? This is just I wanted your opinion on that. And then two is like, what are your thoughts on like so right now we only do live music sporadically. It's just kind of like the bands we like, the bands we know, kind of our friends being like, okay, like our favorite band we book all the time is Lost Cause, and I think they actually played.
They played here, yeah.
Well, last week. They're awesome.
Yeah.
One of the nicest guys.
Yeah. They actually shout out Lost Cause. I need to get them on the pod. They helped. We had bad weather at the homecoming concert, and they offered their speakers. Although it was like 11 p.m., they offered to let us use their speakers because like there was a mishap in preparation, and
Sure.
yeah, they just despite it being bad weather and them trying to hit the road, they were like, yeah, y'all can use. Yeah,
They're incredible people.
great stuff. Yeah.
Awesome people. So like every time they want to play, if they're like, yeah, once a month they want to play, we're like, absolutely.
Right.
Go ahead.
And how do they broach the subject? What is their coverage?
What do we pay them?
Right.
Usually I think it's 300, and then if we do cover 400, and they always make their money back. Always. And in addition to that, I know this is going to sound a little odd, but this is how business owners think, and sometimes people are afraid to say it. Like they come into the bar when they're not playing. They will hang out. Like
Right.
they'll hang out with us. They'll drink.
Yeah.
They're our friends. It's so much easier to get behind someone like that as
Yeah.
a business owner, as opposed to someone who just texts you once a month, being like, "Hey man, you got any spots for me?"
Right.
You're like, okay, you're just looking to make a check.
Yeah.
That's fine, and I get it. Like your passion is play music. Play music.
Right.
But as a business owner, it definitely is easier.
And that goes back to what you were saying about the ideology, the psychology of successful businessmen is understanding that in order to get what you want, you have to give somebody else what they want.
I'm very big on that.
Yeah.
And so I actually told some guy was at our door the other day trying to sell some payroll service, and I told him that I'm like, look, this is gonna sound crazy, and I was like, don't take this the wrong way, but I'm like, we have a payroll person, and he's awesome, and he's in here all the time. I'm like, why would I give my business to someone who's not? Why would I go against someone who supports me? So therefore, I support him back. Why would
Right.
I go against that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm like, I'm not telling you, hey, be like, hey man, you got to sit in here and spend money. Like that's not what I'm saying. It's just like or even you can reach out and be like, hey, you want to grab a bite to eat? Just there's little
Yeah.
things that humans can easily do.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like, hey, I think we're gonna,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a salesman, so I know the pitch. So that's when I see it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this is how I
Home
sound.
run.
Yeah, I'm like, this is how I sound. God bless. I got some apology texts to send.
For real. Yeah, I got to catch up with some local venues. So I've been too dormant. You gotta show your face.
So you excited about the music box?
I am really excited. I've been rolling out these newsletters for Gulf Coast Music on social media,
Awesome.
and I want that to be the next headlining article.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, Kyle from Shady Nasties, and he also is in the band Ghostlings.
Okay.
Really cool guy, Kyle. He used to hang out at Spring Hill. You'll see his podcast later, but he is behind writing that article for me. He's
awesome.
Yeah, he's cool with the people. They seem like funny people too in their little skits that they post.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah, the people that are reopening the music box. But back to the piano idea.
Sure. So this is what I want your opinion.
Right. I mean, the electric piano parlor is doing well. They've got the same two guys, and they got a drummer in the back.
Yep.
But people know that's what they're going there for.
And do you think it's a bad thing or a good thing?
And I think it's a great thing for them because it's part of their establishment. And
Right.
I'm no guru. This is just my opinion. I think if you're going to put the piano in there, it has to be a commitment because it becomes a staple to
Right.
BoHayden. But piano isn't a tough thing to resell.
Sure.
It's not like it loses value tremendously.
Sure.
And people will enjoy playing it. So, you can give it a shot.
Essentially, so my idea right now is we're going to build a second stage. We're going to put, when you walk in the bar to the left, there's that projector. We're going to put a stage there. So we're essentially going to have two stages. We're going to kind of move things back because another thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to condense space.
Right.
To go back to the O'Daly's point.
Yeah.
I want people closer. I don't want them widespread on the edge.
Yeah. You can't have people playing hide and seek.
Right. So I want to put that second stage there regardless and be like, this can obviously be whenever bands play because it's more kind of make it more
And
inclusive.
piano in the right side.
And piano where the stage is now.
Right.
And be like, do we just do it like, what's the bar in Savannah that Megan and I just went to? Dueling Pianos? I think they do it every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday night. They have two guys on the piano. The place is rocking. And it's so fun. They're so engaging. And that also guys, because they're really good.
Right.
And they're good. The people who are playing the piano are really engaging people just naturally.
Yeah.
But they are doing such a good job of getting the crowd involved. And okay, this is they don't pay them. All their money is from song request. But they were making, they each probably made $500-600 in song requests.
Piano is a
and it's awesome.
People know piano songs,
right? And it's honestly it's for all ages too.
Right.
That's why I love it. It's not like a one size fits all.
Right.
I love Ray Charles.
Right.
Someone who's 65 years old also loves Ray Charles. It's not like a hey,
Right. Oh yeah. Stevie Wonder's timeless.
Absolutely. No doubt.
Yeah. So my advice is, if you're fine with BoHayden's becoming a piano bar, because once you put the piano in, it's going to have that.
You think that's set?
It's going to have that connotation. But if electric piano parlor is the only competition, and you guys are kind of on different sides, you could be the piano bar of St. Louis Street,
Right?
And then you've got that brewery next to you, and the like a big event thing, and y'all are more of a laid back. So yeah, if you want to commit to it, that would be my advice.
That's what I think. So when we redo the courtyard, I think we'll become more of a sit down, chill out, have a cocktail, patio.
Yeah.
And I think the piano kind of ties into that. That's
Let's
kind of
go.
that's what my thought was.
Oh.
But I wanted your opinion on that. Am I crazy in saying
I
that?
love a piano. I know the piano. Yeah. I don't know it that well. I'm not gonna go play. I've got some friends that could definitely come chop up for y'all.
I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Now, when you have a band next to the piano, like on the stage, and then the piano right there, you just would dismiss it and have the band play.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think it'd be like something like, hey, every Saturday we'll do it.
Right. And off and on, it would add a good complexity. You could have like I guess you'd have a drum set for this, but like on comedy nights, yes.
Oh, yeah, easy. I like that.
So somehow know a riff on the piano
Sure.
like that. Dun, dun, dun.
He has a crappy joke when it's dead
Right.
silence. Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, press the crickets button.
Lob
on
it
the
up a
piano.
little bit.
Yeah.
All right, this is another thing I wanted your opinion on. Sorry, I'm throwing a bunch of stuff at you now. So, another thing that I've kind of it's been weighing on me. Obviously, because Hayden and I are so young still, and you graduated last May, so obviously a lot of our business is still Thursday nights. College,
Hill.
Spring Hill, South Alabama,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's awesome, and I love them, and I love the people. There's so many great people here. I love it, but obviously, people talk, people know this kind of stuff. So people here are like, oh, you're a college bar. Like I met a couple on Friday, like, oh, we just assumed you guys were a college bar. I'm like, I totally understand why you'd say that. So what I've kind of been battling now, it's like, okay, if we redo all this stuff and what all the stuff you and I have been talking about, what I want to do.
If you put a piano in, you're not a college bar anymore.
So that's kind of what I'm thinking. And I'm like, I don't want to, it
Grown
sucks.
ups, grown ups listen to piano.
Correct. So I'm like, we'd obviously be getting rid of guaranteed great Thursday night, but I'm like, for the whole identity of who we want to
I
become,
don't know
I
if
feel
we
like,
get rid of it though, dude.
I don't know if we get rid of it. I mean, obviously they're still all of our friends, half of
Yeah.
our employees work at Spring, or from,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no,
So,
you'll always have the Spring Hill.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm almost a little weary of that. Am I crazy in saying that?
I see what you're saying. Like, always having the Spring Hill will just always make
But
monotony.
always people think that like,
You've got to kind of expand somehow. Piano's the right direction. What's is it another material thing or is it a different marketing strategy or something
I
else
do
that
think
could-
marketing will have to change.
right.
We have to be a little more grown up. I have to be a little more grown up, and that's
Right.
a long, long way away. So I think I think the way it
What's
looks,
something adults like?
Yeah, oh man, dude, if you figure it out, you tell me, please.
Right.
Shoot, just last Saturday, I lost my wallet because I was taking one of those Lime scooters home and crash and burn, losing on Dolphin Street.
Shoot, man.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely haven't grown up, but I also don't. I did.
They're
That's
doing tricks on the live screen.
that's what I was telling you when you and I were talking Saturday.
Yeah.
That was one of my biggest things. Like, I don't want to get rid of. I don't want to. That goes back to the authenticity of BoHayden's. Like, I don't want to get rid of memories. Like, I want people when people meet me, they should know who I am. Kind of like they should right off the bat be like, that's not a guy who's going to lie to me. He's not going to,
And
not going to see something fake. Be like, yeah, this is the guy who does own a bar, but he's going to fall off a Lime scooter on a Saturday night because he's a dummy.
got it.
But he'd also take a bullet for me. So I won't,
Yeah.
I think that kind of
Man,
ties into Hayden too.
I should have started the podcast with this. I'm just now realizing it. I wanted to say on Saturday night how much I enjoyed your company. I'm an awkward guy, right?
I would not say that at all.
it-
I don't know. I don't know where you're getting that from.
Maybe in this conversation, but if when I go into a bar, especially nowadays, I don't really drink as much, and I felt like a cat without its tail or something.
Dude, you were crazy because you were so easy to talk. I appreciate that conversation. That meant more to me than you will ever know.
Well,
It's easy.
Okay. Well, yeah. I just wanted to say on behalf of everybody else who has conversations with you at BoHayden's that it's a pleasure in conversation, especially 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. on a Saturday night
You're way too kind, sir.
when you're exhausted. Being a bar owner and doing those conversations, I remember you said that that's part of the biggest things that you enjoy about the job.
Absolutely.
Right. And saying right now, like you want people to know you as that person.
Correct.
First off, that never gets old to you think, or are there times where you're just like, man,
No, I mean, yeah, obviously, you're right. On long days, there are obviously days when I get out of the office on a Friday and I have to be there. By the time 11 o'clock rolls around, I'm
Right.
exhausted.
right.
And there are some times where you're like, God, but I'm like, I mean, that's when you got to have a little, retrospect.
Gotta have
Of
that
like,
gumption.
my life is better than 99.9999% of the world.
For real.
Like,
Yeah.
if my biggest complaint is that I'm sitting in a bar
Right.
at 11 o'clock with most of my friends, like,
Yeah.
talking to people like you,
Right.
then I have nothing on earth to complain about.
Yeah.
And so it's just a little retrospect of like,
yeah.
this is what I signed up for, and I have it. So be
Right.
thankful. This 3 years ago, if you'd have told me, be like, yeah, you're going to be sitting in a bar with one of your buddies, Quincy, and you're going to be talking, and you're going to have a great conversation, you'd be like, heck, dude, I'd be so excited, man. I'd be like, sign me up, dude. Transform, teleport me right now. You
Thank
know?
you, brother. Thank you. So yeah. You answered my question. I was just wondering, like, kind of where that stems from of being able to hold conversations with everybody.
Ooh,
Like
man, I wish I was better at it. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I think about that all the time, man. If I
But, like-
could have one trait, I wish I was like that.
But I mean, maybe you're just harsh on yourself because you got that passion for psychology and
Oh man, I don't know. I really like. There are so many cool people in this world. I mean, so many cool and outgoing and personable people that like. If I can be half as good as some of those people.
right. Who's the, not to put anybody on pedestals, we all breathe the same, but Who's the most iconic person that you've seen in BoHayden's?
Iconic.
Like,
Well, to me, I could give 1,000 different answers, but the most famous person, I guess because it's recent, would be Roll Tide Willie. He came in there with me and my buddy Mercer one time, and he said, "Dude, he cracks because
that's crazy though. Huh?
we were texting him because they were in town for a concert. And I was like, hey man, I just DM'd him. I'm like, hey, we got a bar down the street if y'all want to stop by. And
Did he make the Instagram story?
Oh yeah, he was on it a couple times. Oh yeah, I had Matty Pack post that one a couple
Had to.
times, and then we were on theirs a couple times. He's like,
That's
man, I'll help
funny,
y'all.
man.
Yeah, he
When was
awesome.
that?
Probably last year, I think at this point, probably about a year ago. Dude, he came in, and so I guess Chad must have told me like that I was an LSU fan because he just tackled me. And so as soon as he walked through the door, he's like, man, and he just smoked me.
Inaudible.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Then we
Right.
just, man, he was every bit, talk about authentic. What
Yeah.
you see on that Instagram is exactly who he is. He was one of the
Oh, I'm
funniest
sure he doesn't
people.
even have a phone, man.
Oh, I don't think he had shoes on when he came. I'm not even kidding, dude. He was awesome. They're going to a concert. I don't even remember he had shoes. Man, he's
Yeah.
fired up. He's
Yeah, y'all wanted Willie.
drinking beer. He did the punching bag, man. He was having the time of his life.
That's funny, man. That's funny. Yeah. So if you got the piano in, would you keep the arcade set up, or would you have to change up the whole vibe?
I do. So the arcade thing, it's so one, going back to just being a business owner, they're free. And we get them from the guy that owns the pool tables, and you split the profit 50-50.
Wow.
So anytime someone's $1, you get the 50 cents, which is awesome. And so like they're not taking space.
You think he does good business, like in general? Like,
I mean, he owns them everywhere.
he's killing it. Huh?
Oh, he's killing it. He's awesome. He owns a couple bars himself. He kind of buys them. He gets into them and he gets out of them. Like he owns Jags Landing. Used to be Bubble Lounge, you know.
Gosh, man. Yeah.
So he's awesome, man. He knows like I said, and he stopped drinking. I think he said about 6 or 7 years ago. And ever since then, he's like, his brain is like an overdrive. And he just, him and I talk, man. And he starts going on business, man. And I'm like a little kid in a candy store, man. He's,
Really?
Oh my God, I could eat him. I could eat it all up, dude.
That's awesome, man. What is the future then? I guess we already talked about this then. The plans with
Yep. I have a 4-step. Like, hey, I want to hire a manager to do this. I want to redo that courtyard, and I
Right.
want it all done next month, man.
Wow.
That was my biggest.
start off 2026, right?
That's what I want. I want to have it done money, and that was my biggest problem with opening it. It's like there's so much red tape where you have to do this, and this is like,
Right.
So,
Talk to me about the struggles
sure.
of creating these new plans and having
So that would be my thing, and I talked about like the startup cost is not probably what you think it'd be, but the time will always be exponentially longer. I mean, and especially Mobile is historically, you know, this is something Spiro and I talk about all the time.
Slow.
Like, slow,
Yeah.
slow,
Yeah.
and they know it.
Yeah.
You know, and there's no change. I hate to say it, there's no change
Yeah.
coming. I mean, hopefully Spiro can do something with it, but
Yeah.
Mobile
needs
seriously, I mean, it's just like every step is so much longer than it should be.
Yeah.
My best friend Carlos, whenever he lived down here, he was building a racetrack,
like a gas station.
gas
or-
station, and their expected finish date was like November of 23. I think they finished in May of 25 because they just couldn't get permits for it. And it's like the gas station was built like fully done in July of
And
2023.
then needed paperwork.
They didn't open. It was because they had to do one specific thing, and they'd be like, "Okay." They'd go back to the city. They're like, "Actually, we need you to do this too." And then it's just like this is the same thing we have in BoHayden's. They're like, "Okay, the plans look good. Start building." They'd be like, "Actually, the lighting is going to be."
So that's more than just a Spring Hill thing. Yeah.
Oh no, man! If Spring, no, they're telling the truth. It's painful, and then they make then. Oh man, this is the most mad I've ever been in my life. They wanted us. So the plans were all good. We're set ready to open. 2 weeks before we're supposed to open, they're like, "Hey, we actually need you to cut an emergency egress door." We're like, "What? Why would you tell us that 2 weeks?" And they're like, "Yeah, you need it done.
An emergency door.
Emergency. You know the building's all bricks. We have to cut through brick, put in a door. So it's like $3,000 or $4,000. Stunk. And then we come back and we tell the city, they're like, "Oh wait, you guys didn't have to do that." We're like, "Oh my gosh." It's just painful. It feels like there's no
Little
knowledge.
wisecracker.
Oh man, if some
told you
person
all
says
that.
it, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, man, I was so frustrated.
Right.
That was the first time I was like, "Do I even want to open?" I'm like, "This stinks."
Yeah. So it's always the last 100 that's the hardest.
Exactly, getting from the 5 to the end zone.
So yeah, I really appreciate all the insight, and I look forward to more conversations. But in our last minutes, what's your favorite Francis story?
So,
I've got some bad news.
oh my god! Of course, I took him out 2 more times.
Let's go.
At that
You're a
point,
good man.
I love that guy. I need to call him after this. I love that dude.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode on the Gulf Coast Music Podcast. See you guys in the next wave. Catch Beau at BoHayden's and play some piano over there.
Dude, that's right.
Thank you guys.
You're the man.
Thank you, Beau.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.